the line, and I think it was just because of my line, because I was trying to show my artwork to you and to Walter. I was talking with Walter and we were talking about the movies we have seen, the serials, Netflix, and the movie I watched. I start watching today. We talk about this, and unfortunately, due to connection problem, then the line was cut off, and therefore I couldn't record the video. So so far we talk with Walter, and let me check if he is still there. Okay, I sent him a message. Well, I'm here again. I sent you a message just from the messenger. You can come with a mobile again, just like you did before. Something happened and the connection cut off. Well, I will show you my artwork. Oh. Walter, I'm waiting you. I'm here. And so hopefully you can find me here again, and I can. Oh, your plants was great. Unfortunately, I couldn't yeah. Oh, welcome. Welcome. Hello. I hope we can be connected. That's pretty fine. Okay. A connection problem just because of me. Because I wanted to show you my artwork. Therefore, I from the electric part and modern part also. So the connection was a problem. So this is my artwork, and I was showing you the faces, and here this is a character, Nemrut. It is like this, and the faces, and this is Turkey map. Istanbul is somewhere here, over here, and this is Marmara Sea, and this is Black Sea and the Mediterranean and the Aegean Sea, and these are the characters, and on the top of the mountain, and this is these are the monuments, and if you remember those monuments, and this is Nemrut, the king Antiochus. Oops. It is like this, and there is a woman over here, and there is another woman here who is me, and oops, it is too big actually. Almost 2 meters. So what I was trying to, oops. So I was trying to explain you, because I couldn't record our previous video. Anyway, by the way, your painting looks great over there. Your art artwork behind. Yeah. That's the colors are really great. And so I start thinking about the first free flow of ideas, and then the connection starts, and then the arts going between art for art and then art for the society. I communicate with the people, I explain my art, then give my art for a project. And so this art, my book and this artwork were together, and this the whole revenue, sales revenue of both art now serving two purpose. One is for the education of students in the town, and the second is for the touristic, let's say, presentation of the town, and this was published by the governor. So my understanding for art, in somehow it has to serve the society as well. And coming back to the philosophy, it is like metacognition. So a person thinking of what he think himself. It sounds like a bit contradictory, but it is not actually, because a person is something like we use our mind to explain what mind is. So it is like this. So while doing art, and the process goes like this in there. So, and the second thing is I see art in mathematics as well. While doing art, it is like not the Fibonacci number, I mean, or not the golden rule, but it is something like the balance. It is, and a balance in nature as well. So this is again relevant with the free flow ideas and with the learned ideas. They go in between also. So in that connotation, I can tell that doing art, painting, expression of feelings is something, an inner voyage to self, because it is not a voyage to the world, but to inner self. I feel it like this. So how do you feel, or how is your thoughts in somehow, let's say? Hoş geldiniz siz de. Welcome. Yusuf Bey is one of our friends, and he is a great channel, Seyyah Studio, and sometimes I join their studio as well. And so, yeah, well, Walter, so how you interpret the situation and the philosophy of art?
Well, I believe that when I'm doing my work, my thoughts go all over, in the future, past, and present. So I'm traveling that way. And it combines the future, the past, and the present in many of the pieces that I create, but also coming from different places physically that I've been, and also people that I've met is introduced in there, not necessarily in their faces, like you have in the faces in your piece, but feelings about maybe seeing them or being with them. So it's a combination, but also the pieces in myself, when I look at them, create different ideas. So, so I have a piece I'll send you. It's like a little essay about me being the richest man in the world, not because I'm got so much money, but because I'm giving all my art to people to look at. And if they choose to look at it, you see, you can't force anyone to do anything. But if people choose to look at it, they may, some people may be inspired with a great number of ideas.
Definitely, yeah.
Even, let's say someone's thinking of an idea how to create some medicine to fix, you know, the coronavirus, whatever, right? They may be inspired some idea that they see in an image and use that idea to invent a new vaccine, for example.
Yeah,
But this, when I finally get 500,000, maybe 100,000 is enough. But when I get all my collection, all the pieces up, if people go through it, that's their choice, and they spend enough time looking, they'll get the ideas, whatever they want to do, no matter what.
yeah. Well, so in that point, let me ask you about, because you tell about past and future and now. So how do you see the time perception? Because it is something tricky. The time is, maybe everything is happened in the same time. It is like if we go to Matrix universe and then it's different, like the simulation program and this and that. And also if we go into like quantum theory, so the time has a different perception.
Mm-hmm.
So how you perceive the time, real time, or oh
Go ahead. I have to check. I put something in the oven. I have to check if it's okay.
okay, yeah, good.
Speaking of time, it can only be
Yeah,
there a certain
it's
time
okay.
before it burns.
This, yes, yes, we couldn't show this bamboo because it was on the previous video and we couldn't record it. Anyway, we can do it again.
So it's okay. We can have a conversation while I'm doing this.
Yeah, sure, sure,
All right.
sure. I'm watching your accessories as well at home, and oh, that's nice, nice piece. Yeah.
Okay.
So, by the way, who are else is here? I wonder about who else is here. Yeah, okay. Well, because I like watching movies about, we talk about movies. I like watching about the time perception, and also there was a great Turkish movie I have seen about time perception, and sometimes feel like I'm timeless. And I got the feeling that everything is happens in the same time, no future, no
Okay.
past,
So
or
I have a
something like
question.
this.
Now you're mentioning Turkey, and you live there. Have you heard of an area called Arapgir? Arapgir?
Arapgir.
Yeah.
I heard about it. Yeah.
So can you find out where it is? That's where my father's family came from.
Arapgir.
Mm.
Let me find.
And Tony, I'm going to eat now. Tony.
I'm here. Oops. Arapgir. 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 Arapgir to New York City, huh? Oh my God. So Arapgir. So you have some Turkish roots also, huh? Interesting.
Well, there were a lot of Armenian people in Arapgir.
Armenian. Arapgir.
100%. I'm 100% Armenian, but they came from Arapgir. My father's family.
Yeah. I'm looking now.
Okay.
It is, yeah, it is in Malatya. That is really interesting also because this place very, very close to Nemrut. The painting I show you
Oh,
is
yeah?
very close to Malatya. That was that's interesting also. And we have some other guests over here. They didn't try.
Are they going to join us?
No, no.
Okay.
They're just listening.
It's just difficult to prop up here. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Where's the camera?
So, oh, so your grandfather was there,
Yes.
or
My father's father. I don't know where my father's mother was. She was an orphan from the genocide.
ah, ah, oh, okay. So we don't know about this. This is a very complicated issue in between. In meanwhile, it was in 1915 something. You mean? Oh yeah, I see. Well, I'm coming. Yeah. Well, I'm back. What you are eating?
From the party I told you, our anniversary dinner,
Uh-huh.
they sent out to a restaurant. So I ordered veal cutlet parmesan. Italian.
Ah,
Italian?
bon appetit. Bon appetit,
Thank
monsieur.
you. And
Yeah,
so I only ate half. So today I'm eating half of the half that's left.
good. So we were talking about your time perception, how you perceive the time, what is time for you, and so those will take us to your art. I'm just trying to make my head looks better. Oops, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So the thing is that I can dream as if people that used to be alive are alive talking to me. And they give me messages and it makes sense.
Ah. Yeah, but they are not talking.
Yeah, in the dream.
Yeah. And so like a lucid dreams, huh? The dreams, we know that we are in dreams also. I love dreams, by the way, and I sometimes create my own dreams within 2 hours.
Yeah, within 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Don't go
Yeah.
beyond that.
Yeah. So the time perception is interesting, and it is like time is flying first, and then time is also brings the question of the ontologic questions as well. Are we here or not? Maybe only I'm here and you are my imagination, or and vice versa. This is another concept.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
And
did you imagine having this conversation with me a long time ago, and then all of a sudden the imagination created this dream. This is a dream.
yeah, it's possible. Possible. That's why I
You
told
lose.
it is like the matrix simulation and this and that. It is like the bunny hole of Alice in Wonderland. So the Wachowski created the stories from that
Now I'm losing.
story.
Your connection is
Uh,
going on and off. You know that. I can
oh,
only
is
understand
that?
some of the words that you're saying.
Yeah, because
you're spinning.
Yeah, once some people are joining, I think something happened, but it's okay now, huh?
Yep.
It's okay?
Yes.
Well, so if we back to movie again, we were talking about Space Odyssey 2001 of Stanley Kubrick, which was actually adapted from the book of Arthur C. Clarke as well, and the book was written in parallel with the Kubrick's movie. And over there even, and we question many things, and what is the time, and is that available, and are we in the same dimension or not, and this and that. Yes, these are arguable and needs contemplation, deep contemplation sometimes. And well, but there is one thing for sure, whatever it is, even we are real or not, and suppose that one of us is imagination of our mind, but now we are in touch with each other. That is the fact. So we have to accept that reality.
Here's another question. We have all the human beings on the earth. Did they come from outer space and the land and start to, like we want to go to Mars. We're going to bring people there. Then they're going to multiply on Mars. And then someday, maybe they forgot that the people came from Earth, but they just say, we live on Mars, and they don't know about Earth. Maybe we came by a spaceship, and they forgot about where we came from, and just, we're here. And they're trying to figure out how we developed into human beings on Earth, but maybe it just came as a one unit from another planet.
And this makes a question like the reincarnation even, because most of us do not remember if there is a reincarnation. If we accept that it is a fact, so we don't remember. That is the question mark. Because maybe it happened, and if we think about the dreams, then we can okay, I will suggest you one movie about this, whatever you said. It is an American movie. It is called 13th Floor. 13 number, 13th Floor. That is again kind of a sci-fi and metaphysic and futurist movie.
Wait,
But
because a lot of buildings don't have 13th floor. So if a guy took an elevator and ended up at 13th floor, he ended up nowhere.
Yeah. Yes.
He ended up on a floor that doesn't exist. So whatever he saw there was from another world. I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. And it is again a created story, because if we go back to the story of why there is not 13th floor, we go back to Christ, even Jesus Christ.
How does that have to do with the 13th floor?
It is like 13th floor. The movie. What is the you want me to explain the movie, or
No. Why don't they have 13th floor in the buildings? What is about 13th?
I know the reason is the Last Supper of Jesus Christ, there were 13 people, 13 with the disciples of Christ, Jesus Christ. There were totally 13 people, and then therefore it's bad luck. It gives bad luck, and therefore there is no 13th floor or 13 something, 13 room number even. They don't have, just because it refers to bad luck, I suppose.
Okay, now Jesus had 12 disciples.
Yeah.
And he was the 13th?
Yes.
I see.
And he died. That was the last supper.
Right,
So
I understand.
yeah. So there are some guests over here as well, and well, and so in the 13th floor, a person was living, and every time he is in dreams, you believe that he is in reality, and then you realize that it was again a dream, and it was just like a vicious circle. So maybe we are in the midst of vicious circle as well. We are not sure. That's possible. Or the reincarnation, but then comes the question with the memory, because suppose that we leave something and our memories are deleted. In futurist technologies, now it is like even there was a movie about this, Inception, I suppose. The dreams were deleted, the memory was deleted. So some things you have, I think that was a movie about this. But we leave something and tomorrow it is like a memento movie. Like we forget maybe 2-3 minutes later, or 1 year later, or 100 years later. We are not sure. But in somehow we can't, then we come to the point that we can not be sure about anything. There is no certainty. This is one thing. We cannot be sure. And even we cannot prove the deduction of like the Cartesian dualism of René Descartes, like saying io cognito sunt. I think, therefore I am. You know this. So we can't be sure that. I think, but I'm not supposed to be available, because conscious, having a conscious doesn't mean the existence. They are not equal to each other. This is another tricky concept. You were saying something.
Tomorrow when you watch this video, maybe you won't remember when it happened. Because some of the things we're talking about, maybe in your mind, when you try to remember it, happened over a much longer period than the few minutes that were on the video. So the past, the present, and the future may all happen in your mind when you watch this again. We talked about movies from the 1970s or 68.
Yes, we did.
We're here now. I'm eating, so I think we're here now. But in the future too, you talked about the 13th floor and even the Matrix. You know, many different things came into play in this one conversation. So when you watch this conversation again, and in the video or whatever the recording, if you're going to record it, I don't know. That's up to you till later when you push the button. Okay.
Yeah.
When you watch it again, it's going to be all of your life in one video.
Yeah, it sounds like. And also the history of even history of religions have such arguments. Actually, I don't know whether it is called argument or not, but they claim that the whole life, at the end of your life, we don't know, and the whole life will be like the cinema and movie,
Yeah, you're
something
gonna
like
watch it.
this.
You're gonna watch it go by.
Yeah, but maybe all the things happens in the same time. This is another thing, because the quantum theory claims that everything happens in the same time. And also, I don't know to what extent you are interested with the experiments of quantum and the behavior of electrons and atomic structures, but there are some experiments. Then the idea and conscious makes things to be available, and there is an argument saying that if you don't look at the if you don't look at the moon, there is no moon over there. So that is one typical argument. So the things I look the bamboo over here because therefore there is a bamboo here. If I don't look, then the bamboo is not there. It sounds like this. So this looks very, very tricky to our conditioned mind. But once we free our mind, then we come to a point that anything is possible. So one thing is,
Always.
we can't be sure about anything. Conscious being, and so we are questioning, but it can be something tricky, and we don't know the rules of the rules, or we just try to perceive the things with our 5 sense or 6 sense, let's say, the most 6.
Maybe we have 10
Maybe 10,
or
yeah.
20. Maybe there are
Yes.
senses. Maybe there are senses that the human being has that they don't realize.
Yes, maybe.
So there's more to this mystery than you know.
Definitely, yeah.
So on that note, I think I'm going to finish up eating. Maybe we
Yes.
say good night for today.
Yes, and so we can talk some other subjects later on, and have a wonderful afternoon. What's the time, New York?
It's 5:30.
5:30. Okay. Have a wonderful.
My question is, did we cover the philosophy though that you wanted to talk about?
Part of it.
All right. So the next time you want to cover more of the philosophy, the other part that you didn't get to, because otherwise we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to drift.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you won't have any flow from one to the next. Okay.
That's pretty good. Thank you very much, and cheers, and say hi to your wife also. Bye bye.
Hello, Antonia. She said hello.
Where is she? She can't come.
No,
Maybe
she doesn't
would...
want to look on the screen, but say it loud.
Hello.
Okay, that's about it.
Okay, bye bye. See you.
Thank
See you then. Bye bye. Thank you.